Welcome to Channel Prime. Minister Mark Carney just faced one of the toughest press conferences of his career, and he refused to back down. In London, UK, reporters hammered him with questions on Donald Trump's tariff threats, Canada's stance on Ukraine, and even the Middle East. But Carney came out swinging. This wasn't business as usual. It was a declaration to the world. Canada is done playing defense. No longer waiting on Washington, Carney made it clear that Canada will chart its own course. His tone was sharp, his words deliberate, designed not only for the reporters in the room, but for allies and adversaries listening across the globe. The turning point came in one of the most dramatic moments of the event. When a reporter accused him of jetting around the world but achieving nothing, Carney didn't flinch. He fired back with a blunt, fiery rebuttal that silenced the room and underscored his resolve. It wasn't just a defense of his record. It was a statement of intent. Canada has weight, Canada has purpose, and Canada will no longer be dismissed as a secondary player on the world stage. That fiery exchange set the tone for the entire press conference. Carney made it crystal clear. He wasn't about to let critics write off Canada's role on the global stage. But the real flashpoint came when the spotlight shifted to Donald Trump's latest tariff threats. This was the question everyone had been waiting for. Would Carney bend under the weight of U.S. pressure, or would he stand firm? His response erased any doubt. With sharp, uncompromising words, Carney sent a message straight to Washington. Canada will not be bullied. He argued that tariffs don't just hurt Canada. They backfire on American workers, farmers, and families. Every time Washington tries to weaponize trade, he warned, it only strengthens Canada's resolve to diversify and deepen its ties with Europe, Asia, and beyond. Carney wasn't defensive, he was defiant. He pointed out that Canada is already forging new trade corridors, striking agreements with the EU, Mexico, and Indonesia, proving the country is less dependent on the U.S. than ever before. The subtext was unmistakable. If Trump wants a trade war, Canada is ready. After tackling Trump and trade, Carney shifted to the bigger picture, Canada's role in a world on fire. On Ukraine, he stressed that Canada is on the front lines, training soldiers and proving it is not just an observer, but a leader. On trade, he highlighted new deals with the European Union, Mexico, and Indonesia, evidence that Canada is diversifying and opening fresh corridors of growth. The message running through it all was unmistakable. Canada is no longer a bystander in global affairs. We are taking the hits, shaping the debates, and standing tall in an age of uncertainty. Carney framed Canada as a country prepared not only to defend its interests, but to actively shape the new world order. Where power is shifting, alliances are being tested, and economic resilience is the key to survival. That he reminded the press that Canada's strength comes not from its size, but from its credibility. Our ability to keep promises, to lead with principle, and to build bridges when others are burning them. In his words, Canada's voice is louder than its population might suggest because it is grounded in trust, stability, and a vision for the future. This was not the language of cautious diplomacy. It was the language of ambition, an assertion that Canada will no longer wait for others to set the agenda. This London press conference was about far more than fielding tough questions. It was a message aimed at allies, adversaries, and Canadians back home. Canada will not be pushed around. Carney's words were fiery, at times confrontational, but they laid bare the core of his strategy. Strengthen at home, diversify abroad, and never again let Canada's prosperity hinge on decisions made in Washington. The old world order is fading. A new one is taking shape, and Carney is determined to place Canada at its center. He positioned Canada as a builder of coalitions, a defender of democratic values, and a country ready to lead in a time when many others are retreating. Whether on climate, global security, or trade, Carney argued that Canada has the credibility and resilience to step forward when others hesitate. This wasn't just about foreign policy, it was about national confidence. Carney's message to Canadians was simple. We are no longer passengers in history, we are drivers of it. This is Canada today. Subscribe now for sharp, fact-driven analysis on Canada.